Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? So I'm going to be changing up a few things on this channel and incorporating some more trends and topics that are trending in the news or, wherever. Okay. I'm going to mostly do like celebrity stuff and whatever comes to mind, whatever is popping, so that we can have more things other than me just waiting for shows in order for us to review. I have actually started doing that on my other channel, which is Samore Love TV. I've done that for a few weeks now, maybe like a month or two. I started doing my Samore Love juice, which I actually originally started over here, but then I kind of put it over there because I was focused on, like Power and other shows I was doing. And I think I might just do Housewives of Potomac over here. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do the reunion because, Nikki's going to be on there and stuff. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go. But that's some of the things that I'm thinking about doing, and I'm most likely going to start incorporating so we can keep this channel moving and growing. I don't want it to just kind of like just be waiting for Power Book to come back. So that's or Catfish. So that's some of the things that I've been thinking about lately. So we have our first topic that we're going to talk about here, okay, for some more love juice, and that's what these are going to be called. I did make a whole video about the some more love juice and why I called it that and stuff like that, but I just didn't stick to it. I had too much going on, but we back, okay, we back, and we're going to try to be dedicated. All right, so now, with that being said, make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications, show your girl some love. Make sure you also go ahead and, comment and all that good stuff as well. All right. So I'm going to make this nice and quick. They are doing the New York City debates. So I definitely want to see that. It's going to be with Curtis Sliwa, which is the independent/Republican person, as well as Eric Adams, who is a Democratic Party person. But I'm so over Democrats right now, but I'm not even going to get into politics because we're not doing that right now. That's not what this is about. But it could definitely change some stuff like what's going on right here. So now let's talk about Kyrie Irving. That's the main thing that I wanted to discuss since it's been trending. A lot of people have been talking about him. I have been a basketball fan, especially back in the days, but I kind of fell off a lot. I'm not even going to lie. But now just with everything that's going on, I guess it kind of sparked my interest again, especially because I already knew about Kyrie Irving for a minute now. So just hearing everything that's going on with him, it kind of sparked my interest even more. With the whole mandates that's going on. I'm not even going to say the word. I'm going to try to keep it out of here because there's a lot of censorship and things like that going on with YouTube, with social media in general, which, baby, you just got to watch out. So that's another reason why I was like, we're going to put this topic on here as well, as opposed to my other much larger channel, because I just really wanted to talk about it and see what other people were thinking. And, of course, let's keep it respectful. I don't care if we have a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is free to have their own opinions. If you feel like he should do what he got to do and be a part of the team and do what he got to do for the team, then that's great. If you feel like he is his own man and he has a family, he spoke to his family, and this is what they came up with, then that's perfectly fine as well. It's whatever. And so a lot of people have been coming out to say a lot of different things about him. Recently, Charles Barkley came out just last night and spoke against Kyrie Irving. So this is a little bit of what happened last night during the first game that the Brooklyn Nets had. That was like an official game. So it seems like there were two sides. I really only heard, because I didn't watch the show. I didn't get a chance to because it was actually later, and yeah, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so there were like two sides, so I'm gonna let you hear both.
I'm not gonna sit here and think that because I'm vaccinated, they believe in vaccinations, that I'm smarter, because most people who got vaccinated probably don't know the 4 ingredients inside of a vaccination. But the same way the people who are unvaccinated probably couldn't tell you the 4 ingredients in an aspirin. So it really comes down to comfortability. Like, what you've read and what you understand, are you comfortable with it? Do I have sympathy? No. Do I have empathy? Yes. Do I understand that he could be uncomfortable with getting vaccinated? Sure. And as long as he's willing to take the consequences for it, I cannot stop him. Now, if he says, I shouldn't do this, and he's taking the consequences for it, I can understand it. That's your choice.
So that was one particular standpoint, which I feel, to me, because I'm a very empathetic person, I feel like this is more human. This more kind of, to me, makes sense. But then we also have Charles Barkley, and this is his standpoint.
You don't get vaccinated just for yourself. Like Adam said, you get vaccinated for your family first. You get vaccinated for your teammates second, things like that. That's what bothers me about this whole thing. I think everybody should get vaccinated. And then let me tell you something, I really am proud of the Nets for putting their foot down. For saying, no, we're not going to deal with this half on, half off. The only thing that bugs me, he's still going to make $17 million sitting at home. I wish they could find a way, if he wants to go on this thing, like, people say he's like Ali. First of all, don't ever compare anybody to Ali. Ali went 3 years without boxing. He was the highest paid athlete in the world. This guy gonna make $17 million for sitting at home. But to every person out there, you don't get vaccinated just for yourself.
So that was his standpoint on it. And we all know, if you guys know and you follow basketball, then you also know Stephen A. was another person who has been saying crazy things. I don't even like the sound of his voice because he goes off. He sounds so humane and it's just ridiculous to me personally, just the way that he goes off on another man, another human being. But yet, from what I'm told, I don't really follow him, he doesn't really do that to other players that are like other nationalities, other races. It seems like he more so is doing this to his own kind. I don't know. You guys can let me know if that's true or not. I can't say that that's true. So that's more so like hearsay. So those are some of the people. Also, Howard Stern recently went off and said and was talking about him as well.
There's some people who are willing to walk away from millions of dollars and not get vaccinated. And I gotta say, they're so stupid. They're putting their mouth where their money is. I gotta tell you, it's pretty incredible. One of them is that basketball player,
Kyrie Irving.
He's my favorite dude who's like putting his money where his mouth is. You got to say, in terms of idiots, he's got to be the top idiot in the country right now. Guy's got a chance as a young man to make millions of dollars. All he's got to do is get vaccinated, but he doesn't want to get vaccinated. So
I've never heard a reason why. Did he have a reason?
He doesn't need a reason. It's just that he's stupid. You know, because this guy's got a history of being stupid. He's one of those guys who's a flat earther too. And you know what it is? He doesn't know anything.
Oh boy.
He just knows, well, I can't figure... His mind works in a very strange way. He's like, I can't figure out gravity, so therefore, it probably doesn't exist.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. But that's pretty much what Howard Stern was saying in regards to Kyrie. It seems like it sparked back up, I guess, because of everything. And recently, Magic Johnson, y'all, had the nerve to go ahead and talk about this as well. Out of all people, like, he was ostracized back in the day because of what he went through, and he actually had the nerve to talk about Kyrie.
It's my community to know that, first of all, it's safe, and the players, again, people listen to them, they follow them. That's very important. Plus, the last thing is this. You have said to your teammates, I'm going to be there for you. Well, you can't be there if you don't get vaccinated. You're letting them down. And then that hurts our chances of winning the championship. I would never do that to my...
You guys heard that. He's pretty much talking negatively about him and saying that he would never do that. But yet, homie literally, couldn't protect his team because he didn't even want to put on a simple you-know-what on his you-know-where. Like, come on. And he had a whole wife who was pregnant at home who, by the grace of God or the higher power, the universe, was able to not contract the disease. So for him to just come up on here and be so hypocritical, I felt like that was ridiculous. But you know what? I feel like the reason why he came on here and said all of that is because recently I saw a lot of people after Kyrie had made his announcement, which I'll let you guys hear right after this. Recently, he did like a Instagram live. A lot of people were writing in the comments, and the people, the powers that be, probably saw it, so they hired Mr. Magic Johnson and Johnson. Okay, they hired him to go ahead and do this and give this little announcement, because they knew that what a lot of people were saying were like, but they let Magic Johnson play and he had a whole virus. At the end of the day, like, there was a lot of people ostracizing him because they were afraid that if he was to get hurt, cut, and they were to also get injured, cut, which can happen while you're playing basketball, that they can possibly contract the virus. You know what I'm saying? So for him, out of all people, to know how that feels, to know how it feels to be shunned, to be segregated, to have to lose everything, to not stand by somebody and kind of go with the masses. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he should be the last person on earth to criticize somebody. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thought. I could be completely wrong. Maybe y'all might see it a different way. I don't know. Maybe y'all feel like, he was the right person to do it. That's perfectly fine as well if that's the way y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thought on it. And finally, this is what kind of made me really even more so understand where Kyrie was coming from, because for a while he wasn't really telling anybody anything. It was more so, and I feel like at the end of the day, like, you don't go up to somebody and say, oh, do you have tuberculosis? You know what I mean? Like, and that is something that you can catch. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that an airborne type of thing? You don't go up to somebody and be like, just like a communicable disease. Like, you don't really go up to people and ask them that. But now it's like in 2021, because of everything that's going on, people have gotten so comfortable. And because of mandates, people have gotten so comfortable, kind of, oh, did you get it? Did you do it? Did you whatever? So that's the that's where he, was kind of being like, this is my, I'm going to keep it private. I'm not going to say anything. But after time, it just it became apparent because he had to do a lot of his interviews, do them on camera. He couldn't do his press conferences, some of them in person anymore. So that kind of was like a red flag that let us know what was going on. So with that being said, I don't know. I just feel like they're trying to make an example out of him, especially for the simple fact that that everything that he has to do is here, based in New York. So New York is a Democratic state. You see Blasio, you see Hochul, they're both going hard with the mandate. So of course they're expecting their people to lead by example. So that's why initially they told him that he would be able to at least practice. He would be able, I guess they even told him even more than that, which you guys will hear in his video. I'm pretty sure they said more than that. But as far as we were able to hear recently, as of a couple of weeks ago, he was going to be able to practice. He was going to be able to travel with them. He just wasn't going to be able to do it on the, he wasn't going to be able to do it, like, be on the same plane, I think, or he would have had to have a separate area on the plane. He would have had to, like, stay in his room. He wouldn't be able to travel with them. Like, all of those things is what they were doing to him, or they were going to do. Now, all of a sudden, because I guess they're fed up mainly in New York, that he's not listening, he's not complying, he's not doing what he's supposed to do, which is not be an advocate against the agenda, but to just kind of go ahead and do what he's supposed to do and play that ball and entertain us. Okay, now all of a sudden it's like they're making an example out of him. That's just my personal standpoint on it. And once again, that's how I feel. That's what I'm seeing, and that's the way I'm interpreting it, is that now a lot of the things that he was told, because they did say that he was going to be able to do all those things, he was also supposed to be able to practice with them, because they have a private gym or something along those lines. I did read that, but then all of a sudden all that got swept away, and they said they're not going to allow him to do any of that. So they're literally making an example out of him. There are other players that didn't do it, that didn't get, the thing. And they're perfectly fine because their states are not as bad as ours. And the crazy thing about it that I've learned is that any players that are coming from another team but have not gotten it, they're perfectly fine to play here because they're outside entertainers. They just want to make sure that the people that are here have it. How does that make sense if they all playing on the same floor? Like, that's where things are not adding up and things are not making sense. And now you're seeing that it's more so about, well, to me, it seems like it's more so about the revenue that is supposed to be coming in as opposed to anything else. Because if they're playing, they're all close contact. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just thought that was a little ridiculous. They do have people like Jonathan Isaac that have been going strong. I believe what team does he play for? Is it the Wizards? I'm not sure. Jonathan Isaac, but I think it's Miami or something like that he plays for, but he doesn't have to worry about these types of rules, like, because it's not mandated for the NBA. It's just for New York. Also, the players that are in San Francisco, pretty much California, they also have to deal with this as well. I'm not sure if it's all of California, but I think they just made it all of California. But they also have to deal with these types of issues as well. So the two most democratic states that are going hard with these things are the ones where the players are suffering the most. And they're going to have to ultimately make choices. Is it about the money? Are you going to do what you got to do? Or is it about you following whatever it is that you believe in that's telling you not to do it? Which one is more important to you? For him, I'm going to let y'all hear what he has to say. And then once again, go ahead and let me know what y'all thought about everything down below. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Don't believe that, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. People are losing their jobs to these mandates. People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect, and I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. What would you do? If you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. This wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming, where I prepared for it, and I had a chance to strategize on what was going to be best for me and my family. I came into the season thinking that I was just going to be able to play ball, be able to use my talent to continue to inspire, influence people in the right way. Like, putting this on me is just like, why are you putting it on me? This is not part of what's going on in conversations with scientists, physicians, and doctors. I'm just a hooper, right? Like, I'm just a person who's being utilized as an example. For some odd reason, people love to have my name in the mix of just some BS. Like, just hearing the way people speak with so much conviction about what I should be doing with my life and what, my teammates should be feeling about me, what the organization be feeling about me, and make these convictions yourself. Like, I gotta make these myself. Because it's gonna continue to revolve around this and that, and you're gonna lose out on money, and you're gonna lose out on this. Like, so what? It's not about the money, baby. It's not always about the money. It's about choosing what's best for you. You think I really want to lose money? You think I really want to give up on my dream to go after a championship? You think I really just want to give up my job? You think I really just want to sit at home and not go after the things with my teammates that I've been able to grow with, to learn that it takes sacrifice in this space? Because we could be easily at home chilling with our families, but we're choosing to go out there and perform. And even in that job, like, that's a dream come true. I've been working on that since I was in 4th grade. You think I want to give up my livelihood because of a mandate? Because I don't have accommodations? Because I'm unvaccinated? Come on. I'm not going to be used as a person in this agenda. I'm not even going to speak on that. I'm just saying, like, it should not be divided amongst all of us. It should just be understood and respected. And mind you, once again, I'm going to repeat, this is not about the Nets. It's not about the organization. It's not about the NBA. It's not politics. It's not any one thing. I'm always going to stay true to me, and that's me. You know, this is my life. I get to do whatever I want with this. This is one body that I get here, one God body that I get here. And you telling me what to do with my body, and it has nothing to do with the organization. I'm going to put that out there. It has nothing to do with the Nets. It has nothing to do with my teammates. This has everything to do with what's going on in our world, and I'm being grouped in to something that's bigger than just a game of basketball. And, you know, you got that fandom, you know, which is like a religion to people out here. Basketball is like a religion. Entertainment is like a religion to people. They like get so caught up emotionally. It's just like, yo, effing get vaccinated or just leave. You know, we angry at what you're doing, man. And it's just like, nah, that's like, what are you talking about? I'm a human being. I have emotions. I have feelings. I have thoughts. Things that I keep to myself, things that I share. But I'm staying grounded in what I believe in. It's just as simple as that. It's not about being anti-vax or about being, you know, on one side or the other. Like, it's just really about being true to what feels good for me. You know, I'm still uncertain about a lot of things, and that's okay. You know, if I'm going to be demonized for having more questions and taking my time to make a decision with my life, then that's just what it is. You know, like, that's something I got to sit in. You know, I know the consequences of the decisions I make with my life. You know, I'm not here to sugarcoat any of that. But if we really gonna be real, like, it's crazy times we're in. It's crazy times. Like, how many people are really thinking with a balanced view? You know, how many people are really thinking about the future of what's going on? It's crazy times we're in. We just came out of one of the craziest pandemics of all time, and you telling me to think rationally. How many people are really thinking rationally? I'm not the focus here. You know what I mean? I got on here to really show that, like, I'm real enough to stand up when I feel like I'm being put in a effed up position. You know, like, I'm not even that. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't committed a crime.